I'm back. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a long time since the last update, hasn't it been? Weeks and weeks and weeks. So this is going to be a very large update video. This is update number 8 for the year of 2017 for April 3rd through April 16th. So first off, I'm sure you guys know that my computer took a dump. I ran it into the ground. I used it doing everything on Twitch, everything on YouTube, making videos, editing, and I finally ran it into the ground about 3 weeks ago. I've actually been having problems with it for months, but I finally ordered a PC. I ordered a new 16-core Ryzen processor, 32 gigs of RAM, a new 1066 gig video card with 4 outputs, although I've only got 3 and they put the wrong video card in for me. But they're sending me a new one. I've got, what else do I got? I've got 3 new webcams. I've got 4 new monitors in front of me, 27s and 22s on top. I'm going to be showing you some pictures as I'm talking about it. So I hope you guys enjoy the new studio. And I would like to thank the donators. I would like to thank my patrons, especially. I would like to thank Ryan. You guys help make this possible. So thank you to all of my supporters. It has been a long time coming. The video is beautiful now. The sound is beautiful now. And I should have done this many years ago to where everything was actually done the right way. And I'm so happy I finally got everything done, except for getting the new video card, switching out the other one that's in the machine now, and I can get my 4th monitor working. So 2 webcams. I've actually got 3 webcams now. I'm going to be doing a lot more reviews. Everything's going to be in 1080 HD now. Everything's going to just look and sound so much better, and I'm so happy with the way that everything turned out. So thank you guys for all of the supporters that helped make this happen. I truly appreciate it. So it is good to be back. It's been a long time. There's going to be a lot of changes that have gone on in my life since the last time that we spoke. Also, a lot of changes that are going to be going on with the Twitch channel, the new schedule that I'm going to be presenting to you later on in this video. Everything is going to be changing. So there's a lot to talk about, and we need to get started. So the first thing that I want to talk about is when I started back working about 8-9 months ago, I gradually started picking up more days, 3 days, and then after 3 or 4 months, it went to 4 days a week, and now it's ramped up to, it's a government contract, and it's up to 5 days a week. So as it went from 4 to 5 days a week, things started getting more hectic with my RPG life that I love. And it basically took a lot of time from that. And I just want to announce that I've actually gone part-time at work because, guys, I really want this to work. I have invested blood, sweat, and tears for the last 6 years of my life into this. You know, this kind of just fell into my lap at first, and I didn't expect anything like this to happen. You know, have a YouTube channel with millions of views and, 14,000 subscribers. I didn't expect any of this. But I would like to see it work. I would like to see this go to the next level. And that's why I just invested thousands of dollars into this new studio. I really want this to work. So I've gone part-time at work. I'm going to be on a 2-day work week so I can keep my benefits and stuff. So this is it now. I'm going to be doing this, and I'll be doing this until the end of the year. I have till the end of the year, till the end of 2017, to make up my mind if I want to go back to full-time or I'm going to be released, because the company that I work for, usually they do not do part-time labor, and they're making a special exception for me, I guess because I'm a great employee and they like me, but I've only got till December. So 8 months, need to make this work. And I can't do this without the help of you guys. So, getting everything set up, now that everything is in 1920 by 1080 HD and everything is in an HD sound, I'd like to thank Gary, aka Wansome Beats, from the Wild Eye podcast for helping me get this sound set up. And Gary, thank you so much, because I'll tell you what, it definitely wouldn't have sounded as good as it does now if I didn't have your help and your patience with me, because I'm one that hates change and I hate all this technical stuff, but I have to do it. And bro, seriously, thank you so much for your patience, and I really appreciate it. So another thing that I want to talk about, mentioning about the Wild Eye podcast and also Wansome Beats, he's part of the Wild Eye podcast with also Eric and Harrison. Great group of guys. I mean, totally a great group of guys. And they invited me onto their podcast. And surprisingly, this was the last day that my computer really worked. So at the ass crack of fucking dawn, we did this podcast at 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern, I think, because of the time zone differences and stuff. Harrison's in the UK, but no problem. So we did this podcast, and then Gary and I hung out afterwards. This is before my computer. This is on the old computer. And then it died right after we signed off of Skype. It just shut down. And that was it. And then I luckily got it running for my Out of the Abyss game, which was like 4 days later. I luckily got it running. So check out the Wild Eye podcast, guys. It's number 20. We talk about Savage Worlds and DMing. So check it out. I'll have a link down there below. They also have a Patron page. Check it out, guys. They do a lot of stuff. It's primarily just Savage Worlds, which is great for the Savage Worlds community. They do a lot of good things. Check out the Wild Eye podcast, guys. Also, Harrison from the Wild Eye podcast, he has a friend that they do a podcast too, and it's called the Tabletop TWATS. They're in England, of course, so TWATS is not a bad word as we see it over here in the United States. So Monday, we talked about 4th edition. And today, the 4th edition podcast dropped. And that was with the Tabletop TWATS. So check out their channel too, guys. Check out that. They do a lot of stuff, just random RPG stuff. So check it out. Great guys. And I'll have the link down there in the section below. Now, you guys remember last year, Limitless Adventures, this new company, these old school gamers, my age. Actually, I think Michael and his partner are a couple years older than I am. They started playing a couple years before me as well. They started Limitless Adventures, and they put together all these encounters and create magic items and create, the jousting mechanics. Well, they had a really successful Kickstarter last year. And it was basically all of their encounters in a book. And I think it was 70 encounters or something like that. And a couple hundred hook points, magic items, all these new items and stuff. And you just basically just implement them into your game. And they're all, the challenge ratings all figured out for all these encounters and everything. So it was a very successful Kickstarter, and I'm glad that I got into that. And they're doing another one now. I just noticed that they're doing another one. They're doing 100 fully fledged NPCs. And I'm talking these NPCs are not only statted, but it has all of their equipment, and then it has like 3 hook points for every one of these NPCs. It has magic items that are on these NPCs depending on their level. And there's 100 of them. So check out that Kickstarter. It just started a couple days ago, and it's like kicking ass. You can get it in print or PDF or both, and I'm going to be getting on board of that as well. So, creating NPCs are pretty challenging, especially if you want it a certain way. And if you're like me, you always change shit around and you always rewrite stuff. Check this out. 100 of them, full-blown NPCs, already done. Everything you need to know. Backgrounds, items, like I said, everything. Check it out. I'll have that link down below too, guys. So I'm just chugging along. We got tons of stuff to talk about. Now, you guys know that every other Thursday I have an Out of the Abyss game. It's not live, but I do a diary every couple weeks. That's what I wanted to do. So now that I've got everything's set up, the new studio, the new sound. I am going to be redoing all of these Out of the Abyss campaign diaries. It's going to be the same thing. So sessions 1 and 2 are already on there. I'm going to take those down from YouTube, and I'm going to redo those with with all of the new studio equipment. So the sound will be much better, the video will be much better, and I just think it's going to be a good thing to do. So this week we're doing our 5th session, and I'm already 2 sessions behind because of rebuilding the new studio, my old computer going down, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, take those first 2 down, redo them, and hopefully on Saturday this week, I'll have the first one redone. And then next week, I'll be caught up to where I was. So I just want to redo those since it's the first couple of sessions. I just want to get the audio and the video looking great like everything else is going to look from now on. So look for that. They'll be coming down. But don't worry, guys. They're going to be going right back up. And I'll be releasing those quite frequently until we get all 5 campaign diaries caught back up. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. So I don't get comments saying, oh, hey, where did the Out of the Abyss campaign go? Because a lot of people actually like that. A lot of people watch that. So now you'll be able to see it in HD, and I'll be doing more images and stuff as well. So, moving on. All of my players that are in the closed Wizards of the Coast playtest, we have a group of folks that playtest for Wizards of the Coast. I just want to remind you guys to check your email. Chris has given us a new packet to playtest. It's a pretty short packet. I can't talk about it, guys, because of all the NDAs we had to sign and stuff. But I just want you guys to know that April 14th is the cutoff day for this, and I won't have another update video until after the 14th. So check out that PDF. Everything is enclosed for you, and in the email, you have to do the survey. Please do the survey. Represent the Digital Dungeon Master community in full force. So make sure you get that done by April 14th. I think it's on a Friday. So, all right, next. So I'm sure you guys have noticed on the main page of my website, I've had a straw poll up there that was, what is your preferred tabletop game to play? And with about 300 votes, which is actually pretty good voting for a couple months. I mean, it was unanimous, as you can see in the image here. Dungeons and Dragons, waylaid everything else at 81% of the vote. Everything else just really didn't matter. Pathfinder, Savage Worlds, 4%, 3% for Shadowrun and Star Wars. And a lot of the games that I had, I didn't even put on this because they didn't even get votes. Which, there's a lot of other games out there besides Dungeons and Dragons, guys. And I know I love D&D too. It's my number 1 favorite game of all time. But there are some other games out there besides D&D. Just throwing that out there to you guys. Try some other games. 5e's great. But there's some other great games out there too. All right, so I mentioned a new schedule. So here it is. All right. My new schedule is going to be a 7-day week affair. All right. It is going to be a 7-day week affair. So starting with Monday, this is going to be when I release my Patron Dave's Treasure Chest every other week. And that will flip-flop with the update videos like you're watching now. So this week, both will be out. Then next week, I will do a treasure chest. Then the Monday after that, I'll do another one of these update videos, and it will continue to flip-flop. There's going to be a lot of flip-flopping with this new schedule. So Monday, Dave's Treasure Chest for the patrons, update videos on YouTube, and then I'll also be working on video creation because I love to do tutorials. I love to do reviews. I love to talk about games. So that's what the video creation is all about. So let's move to Tuesday. Tuesday, let me move myself over. Tuesday is going to be a evening Fantasy Grounds game prep. And that's going to be probably between anywhere 6 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's also going to entail video creation. And this is also going to be my flex day, to where if I need to take a day off, Tuesday will be the day that I just kind of unplug from everything. Monday will kind of be a flex day too, but there will always be something coming out on Monday, whether it be the treasure chest or the update video. And plus, who knows, I may even, after creating videos and stuff, I may get on there and stream. So, all right, so let's move on to Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be a workshop night like I used to do on Wednesdays, and I'm going to do a couple of workshops a month. I'll have on special guests. I'll do reviews and stuff like that, like I've always done. We'll talk about different games, 5e, Savage Worlds, Numenera, any game that I like. We'll talk about, maybe we'll even do some straw polls, some polls on Twitter and shit like that as well. So, also on Wednesday night, on the off nights that I do not do any DM Digital Dungeon Master Workshops, I should call them Digital DM Workshops, because that's what they're going to be called now. I'm going to broadcast my podcast. Yes, you heard that right. I'm starting a new podcast. I'll talk about that in just a second. That will be streamed on Twitch on Wednesday night. That will flip-flop with the Digital Dungeon Master Workshops. And then also during the day, I'll be working on getting ready for the Digital Dungeon Master Workshop, because there is prep time involved with that. And I'll also be working on more videos. So videos, guys, will pretty much be worked on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and be released on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And if I get enough ahead, then I'll also release them on Thursday, Friday. So I'm gonna try not to release more than one video a day. I just don't want to spam you guys with all that stuff, with all that nonsense. You know, I'm not breaking the videos up into 30-minute increments anymore. They're all in big chunks now. And I just think that works a lot better. I've gotten a few complaints in the past about, you're spamming my inbox with all of these games, 25 games a day. So, cutting them down, just one chunk. All right, so Wednesdays again, Digital Dungeon Master Workshops, flip-flopping with the podcast and other bonus podcasts and stuff like that. All right. Thursday, moving on. Thursday is where I start doing games. All right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm running games. I'm going to run 6 games. And that's a lot to run on 4 days. All right. So these are going to be flip-flopping as well. You guys already know that I have the 5e Out of the Abyss campaign. It flip-flops every other week. Well, it basically runs twice a month. So there may be 2 weeks before it comes out again. But the campaign diaries will be released every other Thursday. We'll play the game, and then I'll release one on Thursday on the next week for that session. All right. So that will be coming out every other week. Now, I'm also on my Patron page. If you guys are looking for a Dungeon Master that actually, is there and, cares about the game and puts a lot of effort into the games, I am starting a new Thursday night game, and it's going to be 2 times a week. You'll be able to go to my Patron page. I'll have that done on Friday. So on Friday, check it out and start getting signed up, because these games will probably fill up pretty quickly. So I haven't got a game on Thursday except for the Out of the Abyss. So on my other Thursday, I'm going to go ahead and do a Patron game every other week. It'll be 2 games a month, and you guys can check out the contribution page on Patreon and get signed up. The link for my Patreon page is down below, and there's a lot of changes coming to that, so just take that in mind. All right. Friday. This is going to be my Adventures League game for the patrons. My patrons at the $10 level, they get patron games. And we've actually got a total of 12 spots total, and I believe that there are 10 or 11 people signed up. So there's not many spots for the patron games. And once all 12 players start getting active with playing, then I'm going to have to put 6 in one game and 6 in another. because it's getting to the point to where 7 and 8 people are starting to sign up for games. And we can run a game with 8 people, but it would just be too chaotic and there would just be too many people. So I may have to break that up to 6 and 6. But I'm not to that crossroad yet. But there are still a couple of spots available to sign up. All right, so that's going to be on Friday. And we're doing the Tyranny of Dragons at 6 o'clock one week, and then the next week we do Storm King's Thunder at 8 p.m., and then we flip-flop back and forth between the two different AL seasons, and the time rotates between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. I try to take care of the West Coasters and the Europeans, and then also the East Coasters too at 8 o'clock. So that goes to Saturday. Saturday is going to be another Patron campaign. I just had a 50 Fathoms campaign. We are taking a hiatus for a little while. And seeing that I'm now part-time at work, I'm going to start a Patron game back up. All right. And that will be every other week or twice a month. If there's 5 weeks in a month, we'll play 2 weeks, and then obviously there will be a point to where there will be 2 weeks in between a session. That is going to be on the Patreon page as well. All right. And when you sign up for these Patreon campaigns, it will be for any game that the majority of the patrons want to play. So if you guys want to play 5e, that's fine. If you guys want to play a dummied down version of Pathfinder, that's fine with me. If you want to play Savage Worlds, that's fine. If you want to play Dragon Age or Fantasy Age, if you want to play anything that I have on my shelf, Numenera, anything, we can play it. All right? So that's what you're getting when you get into the Patreon campaigns. We'll figure out all the house rules. We'll figure out everything else as everybody signs up for the Patreon campaigns. All right? So I expect that they'll fill up pretty quickly. And then on Saturday night, on Saturdays that are not on the same night as the Patron campaign, I'm going to be doing a new thing called Savage Saturdays, and it's going to be an evening game, and it's going to be nothing but Savage Worlds, and we're going to be doing small mini campaigns and one shots. So we'll be doing, 1 week we'll be doing an A-Team one shot where Hannibal, Face, BA. They all have to go to maybe Tijuana, Mexico, save the governor's wife that's been kidnapped, go down there, kill a bunch of the drug cartel, come back, everybody's good, everybody's safe. We'll do some chases, we'll do some, role play, we'll do a bunch of stuff. So it's going to be either, it'll be A-Team or Savage Pathfinder. I've been modifying Pathfinder to Savage Worlds. We'll do some Dukes of Hazzard one-shots. We're going to do a lot of nostalgia for Savage Saturdays. I'm going to do a solo one-shot, like a MacGyver one-shot. We're going to do all kinds of stuff with because Savage Worlds is a generic rule set. You can do any genre that you want to. And that's what I love about it. And that's what that's what makes me able to do A-Team or, Chips Patrol or the Dukes of Hazzard or whatever, Miami Vice, we're going to do it. Savage Saturdays is definitely going to be happening. And, this will be part of the reward system with the new bot that's coming out, which I'll talk about in just a minute. It will be patrons. It will be my friends. It will be other collaborators, other podcasters, other YouTubers, other Twitch streamers. So the Savage Saturday is going to be a bunch of different people, and it's going to be short games, one-shots, or maybe 3-4 session campaigns. So I'm looking forward to Savage Saturdays. So that's going to be Saturdays, all right? And then Sunday, you guys know that I'm the resident Dungeon Master for Fantasy Grounds, and that game is at 9 p.m. Eastern, and that's in the Fantasy Grounds channel. And the link for that is down below. So if you're not following the Fantasy Grounds channel, you need to follow that channel. And also, you need to follow them on Twitter and Facebook because they just gave away some of the new Tales of the Yawning Portal modules If you guys need to get signed up, you can win some swag over there from Doug and the guys. So get signed up on their social media stuff. So that's a new schedule, guys. Monday through Sunday, it's a lot, but it all flip-flops, and it's going to be manageable. The tutorials are still going to be coming out. I'm going to be doing discussions. We're going to talk about classes. We're going to talk about what classes are great, what classes suck. If there are any classes that suck, we're going to talk about what we love about D&D, what we hate about D&D, what we love about Savage Worlds, what we hate about Savage Worlds, and that's also going to consist of my podcast too, which is now what I want to discuss. So I've wanted to do a podcast for a very, very long time, but I just really haven't done it. It's always been on the back burner. But now with the schedule and everything, I'm going to start doing pre-recorded podcasts. And I'm going to have a bunch of special guests. I've already got 6 shows worth of special guests already lined up. And my patrons, you are going to get early access, almost a week early access on all of these different podcasts that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing podcasts with special guests. I'm going to be taking some of my old games and converting them to audio tracks and putting them up as bonus podcast. Going to be doing a lot of that difference, a lot of stuff like that. The first podcast I'm going to be recording next week. It's going to drop on the 17th. And I got the best guest that you could ever have in your life. My mother is going to be my very first guest. That's right. You guys heard this. You guys have been asking for the Digital Dungeon Mother to come on there onto the stream and onto YouTube for years. Well, guess what? My mom's going to be my first guest on my podcast. And, like I said, the patrons are going to get early access about a week early or so. And we're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about me playing Dungeons and Dragons as a kid. How I bugged the shit out of her to buy me all these books. What she thinks of my friends that I played D&D with. What she thought of Dungeons and Dragons, how she thought that I was probably part of a satanic cult or draconic cult or some shit like that. The Dan Rather 60-minute special that they sat me down and watched. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about all of that in my first podcast. I'm really excited about doing it. I've got some Wizards of the Coast employees lined up. I've got some other podcasters lined up. I've got some other YouTubers lined up, and I've got some other Twitch streamers lined up. So I'm going to have a lot of special guests, and I'm looking forward to doing the podcast. All right? And those are probably going to be dropping on Thursdays every other week. And, of course, that will be given access to the patrons first. And then the next week, it'll probably release on, I think it's going to be Podbeam. I think that's probably where I'm going to be doing it, or either that or iTunes. So, all right. So now podcast is out of the way. First one will be dropping for the patrons next week. Special guest, the Digital Dungeon Mom. That's right, guys. The Digital Dungeon Mom. She's awesome. My mom is a saint. She is the most beautiful woman in the world, and you're going to get to meet her next week. All right. So I mentioned a new program, a new gold bot program. So I'm going to be getting this bot program set up within the next week or so. And every time I stream, you're going to be accruing points. You're going to be accruing gold. Now, I had a gold system from before, and that is totally gone. This new gold system is a clean slate start. Wiping it clean. I know there's going to be a lot of people mad about this, and I'm sorry, but I want to do a clean swipe. All right. Patrons are also going to get bonuses, a monthly bonus, and anybody subscribing to the Twitch channel or anybody that makes any donations to the cause, then I will reward you with a stipend. All right. So to go along with this new gold system that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to have a new reward system as well put into place. And there's going to be a multitude of things. And if you have any ideas for rewards for the gold system, please put them in the comments section down below. All right. And I'll also mention something at the end to go along with the comments section. So I'm in the planning stages of the reward system. It will be massive, and it will be on my website under the gold tab at the navigation bar. It's not up there yet, but it will. I want to be able to have you guys, the community, purchase these Savage Saturday one-shots like MacGyver, or maybe a rogue trying to do some impossible task, or maybe a cleric, or whatever the one-shot entails. Maybe it will be a duo. Maybe 2 people will be able to buy a spot on the Savage Saturdays. Maybe Bo and Luke Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard. We'll do something crazy. It'll be fun. You guys will be able to create NPCs, and I'll put them in the games. And maybe even have you on as a special guest so you can role play that NPC in the game. I think that would be great. I've got a lot of ideas, but multiple minds are better than one mind. So in the comments section down below, if you have any kind of ideas for the new reward system to spend your gold, please put them down there. All right. Next, moving on from the bot, is the new Patreon update. I love that. Thanks so much, Josh, for making that. Thanks for making that jingle. That's so awesome. So, Patreon's going to have a lot of, it's basically under deconstruction. I'm changing all of the goals. I'm changing all of the reward tiers. There's going to be major changes. There's going to be, 2 new campaigns going up for a low price to play in. There's going to be the Adventures League stuff. There's only 12 spots, and I believe there's either 1 or 2 spots available. So if you want to play Friday Night Adventures League, you need to get signed up, because once those 12 spots are filled, that's it until somebody drops. And usually people don't drop from the Patreon game. So I'm just warning you. You need to get signed up. I just had somebody sign up today, actually. So going to be doing everything, and you're going to start seeing these rewards starting Friday. I got to get through this Out of the Abyss game and get the first Out of the Abyss campaign back up, and then you're going to start seeing all of these Patreon changes. And there's going to be, the new gold bot that I'm going to have. You're going to get a gold stipend every month for being a patron. You're going to get access to the Discord server, which I'm going to now be able to be more active in the Discord server, because, when you're working from sun up to sundown, you can't get in there until it's too late because of everything else that I have going on. So now it's going to enable me to be there more, which is what I want. We're going to do patron games, not only Adventures League. We're going to be doing other stuff as well, like playing Tabletop Simulator, Cards Against Humanity, Zombie Dice, all kinds of stuff. So the patrons getting more variety going. All right. Like I said, 2 new campaigns, bi-monthly campaigns, one starting on Thursdays, one starting on Saturdays. There's only going to be, I'm probably only going to have 5 or 6 spots per game. So you might want to get signed up pretty quickly on that. And we'll start once we get like 2 or 3 players. We'll start with a low number. All right. Patrons are also going to get early access to the podcast, the bonus podcasts, and there will be some bonus podcasts that only the patrons will have access to. The higher level rewards, I'm going to start doing physical stuff, as in books, t-shirts, stuff like that. So maybe a cup, maybe a shot glass, stuff like that. So there's going to be some physical stuff coming once you get signed up. And then I'm also going to be creating adventure PDFs as well. those will happen. I've already got one that I am working on, a black powder PDF for 5e. And patrons, I haven't forgotten about that. I will get that out. Let me get all of this stuff back organized, and I'll get that PDF out to you guys. So don't worry about it. I just gotta finish making it. All right. So that's pretty much what's going on with Patron. And thanks again, Josh, for making the awesome Patron update jingle. I like it. All right. So I mentioned the comments section, right? Who doesn't like giveaways, right? I love to do giveaways. So, if you have any good ideas for any of the topics that I've mentioned, as in the new reward system for the Gold Bot, if you have any ideas for Patron rewards, if you have any ideas for topics on a podcast or topics on a tutorial, everybody that is in the comment section that has an idea, it has to be an idea. I'm going to give away a couple of Devon Knight token packs from his Immortal Knights website. I've got some token packs still left over from Christmas, so I'm going to choose a couple winners. And who doesn't like to win Devon Knight token packs? I've given out like 100 of these things at least. So leave a comment section. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and then I'll pick a couple winners next time that I do an update, which will be a couple Mondays, about another week and a half from now. So it's good to be back, everybody. It's nice to see all of your bright and shiny faces. I love all of you guys. Guys, I really want this to work, and I've got 8 months to take this to the next level. It's on the verge, but I need your help. Check out the Patreon page, guys. Get signed up for those new games. You'll start seeing those on Friday. This Friday. And this Friday is April 7th. Check out the Patreon page. Guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you guys have any ideas, please leave them down below, because I'm going to give away a couple Devon Knight token packs. I hope you guys want to win. I hope there's a ton of comments. It's good to be back, guys. Seriously. I'm so glad that I'm able to concentrate on this now, because doing the whole 5-day thing, I just wasn't able to put 150% into this. All right, guys, leave comments. I love you guys. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Look for the new podcast. Look for all the new Patreon changes. And until next time, keep rolling those 20s and happy gaming.